The year is 2007, and we are going to talk about National Treasure Book of Secrets.
Sorry, sir. Oh, God.
Kalima. My name is Brian Lee. To my left is...
Brandan.
To my right,
Christopher Lee.
the sickly Christopher Lee. Yeah. I was sick last week. Oh, Chewy. I was sick last week. Did you say you were sick? Did you say you were sick?
Yeah. I was sick for a bit. I'm just getting over it. Just a head cold, congestion, that kind of, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you ever do the like the thing on top of the head?
Yeah,
like you see it. No, like you see in cartoons, like they're wrapped in a blanket and they have like the what's in that bag? Is it like ice
it's
or
it's
those aren't
water.
words.
It's water. It's
Is it just a hot water bag or whatever?
Yeah, hot water bottle type thing. Yeah.
What would hot water do?
I don't know. Ask
Make you
1940s cartoons. Yeah, make you sweat. That makes sense. Yeah, Brian. Yeah, I don't know.
The beer we are drinking is going to be, if you would listen to the Christmas bonus episode.
Yeah.
This is the one that was gifted from Christopher Lee to Brandan. This is the Earl of Biggleswade. This is the Dark Lord variant from 2015, I
believe so. Might sound. You're
Dark Lord aged in brandy barrels with cacao, coriander, and cardamom.
My favorite.
Brandy, it does say brandy, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
It just looks weird with that. It's got that old timey writing.
Font is pretty.
Yeah.
Kind of like font
Yeah.
you see in this movie, Book of Secrets.
Actually, yeah. Yes, that's why we picked
We
this
did
beer.
that on purpose.
Yep.
And I'm hoping this beer is a national treasure.
Oh.
Discuss while I open this. This may take. Ooh. Box or not box. Black keywords.
Yes.
Yeah.
The first one is very interesting, so I'm going to save it for the end. But the rest of them are Mary Todd Lincoln character.
Wait.
Okay.
Really?
That's all one thing. Mary. Oh, by the way, these are plot keywords.
All the people. Sorry, go ahead.
So this is according to IMDb. These are the topics or subject that this movie is about. So if you were to click on a Mary Todd Lincoln character, it would bring up all the movies that have a Mary Todd Lincoln character. What were you saying, Brad?
Oh no, I was just like, why?
Oh yeah.
You don't even see her.
John Wilkes Booth character. That one makes sense. Abraham Lincoln character.
A little bit, yeah.
Divorce.
Yes. Even though they really weren't.
No, they weren't. Were they? I thought they were just.
They were just separated.
Yeah.
Wait, are we talking about Nick Cage and Abigail?
Yeah.
No, they might be talking about
the
Jon
mom and
Voight
dad.
Oh,
yeah.
that's right.
Oh god, that's something we could have done without.
Yeah, I made a note about that. Okay, and
You
then
need
so
a more liberal
I actually
metaphors
did in
here.
reverse order, but the very first plot keyword of this movie from IMDb is cleavage.
What?
Now I'm trying to think of where I would have seen cleavage.
Abraham Lincoln.
All right.
The only and like this stretch in the scene I could think of is like when they're in the. I was about to say spoilers, whatever. When they're in the Oval Office and like, oh, we need to find my earring. So like,
Yes.
she's crawling around a lot.
Yeah. Well, because wasn't she was trying to distract Modern Family Guy
Yeah.
from?
Yes.
Yeah. I know you did.
Yeah. So I thought that was weird. Like when I think National Treasure, the first thing I think
Yeah, a
of
Disney
is
movie.
Cleave.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What's going on up there? Is that a vacuum?
I think so. But yes, those were the plot keywords. And budget will do afterwards.
The plane.
There was a vacuum.
Oh, really?
It might be both,
Upstairs. I think
actually.
they're so great. It
How is it? I'm very scared.
No, it's not bad.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Tastes like Dark Lord, that's for sure. I don't know if actually I am getting a little bit of the brandy at the end there.
Yeah. The cocoa, the cacao. You could. That's really strong.
Yeah.
It's
At the very. Ooh, yeah.
you
very
can.
end.
It stays with you.
Wow. Oh, I forgot how much I like Dark Lord.
Yeah, and the brandy gives
It,
that sweetness.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like it reminds me of Coke or like soda of any kind. Or just like the sweetness and the
yeah. Wow, that chocolate really. Yeah, that's good.
We're gonna be blasted.
wait, yeah, we all have whiskey in our coffee.
Yes.
Which went so well for Wicker Man.
Dude, I was fine.
I noticed I get really wide-eyed when I've been drinking.
Yes. I get just super loud,
Me too.
and I'm sure other things.
Such as?
I don't know. You guys have to tell me.
Are you asking me on a date?
Yes.
The movie starts out in 1865.
Yeah, it's over 2 hours long, by the way.
Yeah.
Back at it.
Yeah.
I felt every minute.
Yeah, definitely.
It shows Thomas Gates. What? It's the great grandfather, I believe.
Yeah. There's
Yeah, I
a few
believe
greats
so.
in there. Yeah.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
And he's like sitting at a table and he's like jotting in a journal, I believe.
Yeah, I believe
And
so.
then like these two guys come up to him. Didn't they have accents?
Southern. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
'Cause they're part of the. I wrote it down somewhere.
The Knights of something.
Yeah, Knights of
The
Confederate.
RNC or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, "We have to code this thing." And he's like, all right.
That is basically how it
Yeah,
went.
pretty
I mean,
much.
Oh, Knights of the Golden Circle.
There you go.
There, yeah.
KGC.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's what it was.
KGs.
I wonder if that was really a thing. Was that really a thing?
I don't know.
I didn't bother looking up. I just forgot. Yeah.
And then while he's figuring that out, it shows John Wilkes Booth.
Yeah, sneaking in.
Yeah.
Then he
Shoots Lincoln.
Yeah, shoots Lincoln. Lincoln's like, oh, and then what's he? Didn't he jump the balcony?
That's what he did in real life.
Really?
Yeah, I was there.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
And he yells something in Latin, I think.
Yeah.
Or something. Like, she sells by the seashore.
Pretty much. And then he takes
like
off.
Sexinus
Semper Sibili Subilis.
Something about tyranny.
Yeah.
You're right.
And then, he leaves. And then that whatever's starting to get decoded.
Right.
The guy did he decode
Oh
it?
yeah, because at
he
that
finished
point,
it.
like it's the news is spread throughout the town. Like, oh, the president's been shot.
Yeah.
So back to Thomas Gates in that little pub or whatever. Everyone's like, oh, the president's getting shot. Everyone
Right.
get out.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, and then he wants to leave, but then the other guy's like, "You better finish this puzzle."
Right, and that's when Thomas Gates, he sees that the guy's wearing the pin of
Right.
those the circle guys, and then Gates, he like grabs stuff and he
Throws it in the.
throws it in the fire, and the guy
Right.
shoots him, and then his kid, the other gate, the little Gates, he's like, "Oh no, Dad!" And this dad tells him like a line.
Oh yeah,
Well, 'cause you need,
the
like, a
greatest
cipher.
debt man has ever paid. or something like that.
And you need that. The answer was the cipher for whatever it is,
Right.
and then
Yeah, because those guys wanted him to solve it so they could find this treasure, and then they're like, "Oh, if the Confederates would have found that treasure, they would have won the war."
Yeah.
City of Gold.
yeah.
We
Yes.
we later find out.
Oh,
So then it flashes forward to Nick Cage like giving this like presentation at a college or something like that.
Yes.
And I forget, like that's he's like, and that's why my great grandfather was the greatest.
Yep.
yeah, he was a
Pretty
Civil
much.
War hero type. Yeah,
And then Ed Harris is like, no, he wasn't. Just like being kind of a douche, like just kind of like interrupting. Like it's like, it could have been a little bit more
could have
suave
waited till
about that.
after.
Right.
Went up to him and be like, "Hey, no, he wasn't."
Right. Yeah. But if you don't call out, I learned. Well, I heard this very good theory. The reason why you call out people in public, not in private, because you don't get points for that. Figurative points. See what I'm saying? Like so I equate this to our kind of call call out culture that we're in right now.
Oh yeah.
Like, where it's just like, oh, you're homophobic or oh, you're racist.
Yeah.
Most sensical people would do that in private.
Yeah,
if you really want to have an impact, you would do it face to face with that person. But you don't get life points for doing that.
It's true.
That's why people do it in public. Which is just like, so it's just like, it's a look at me. It's like, you're not wanting to make a difference.
Right.
You just want brownie points with society.
Yeah. Those people are the worst.
Ed Harris.
Yeah. Ed Harris.
Well, and he does say that he wants to bring like a good name to his family.
He wants his family to be remembered, like the Gates family is remembered. Yeah.
Yeah, because he says, Ed Harris's great grandpa says that Thomas Gates was that. Oh yeah, his great great grandpa says that Thomas Gates was in on the assassination.
Right.
Yes,
because his name was on the piece of paper.
I feel like they could have played this out a lot better somehow. It's just like, it feels like they threw a lot of information.
Yeah.
Like this is all within the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
It was just it was because he's like, I have this paper, and then it cuts to like after the presentation. Now they're all talking to each other about it, and it's like, well, this is this, and this is this, and then there's more, and then it adds on to that, and then it adds on to that, which it's all in the same. It's all the same stuff, but it's just a lot like out the gate.
I think it's a lot of information that they try to throw at the viewer right away. Just my personal opinion.
Yeah. There's a lot of
what do I know?
Yeah. You're just a movie critic.
Yeah, maybe. I guess. I don't know if I'm that.
See, then what else happened?
It shows Riley.
Yeah.
Oh,
that is my next.
right.
That is my next note.
Fucking Riley.
Oh, thank God Riley is back.
Oh, yeah. He didn't supply anything throughout the movie. No. Like the first one, okay, I get it. He helped him find the boat in the beginning.
And he was running the computers.
There was a few things. Yeah, but this one, he just kind of was tagging along. There was nothing for him to do. I think he helped Nicolas Cage break into his own house.
Right.
Really? Was that really the only thing he did?
You could argue like the whole where he's in the bathroom stall with his fucking iPod scroll wheel and shit.
Yeah.
Is that Buckingham Palace?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was really hoping, because sometimes when they make sequels to movies, like certain characters don't come back.
Yeah,
or they replace him with a different actor.
Yeah.
And when I saw Riley, I was pretty bummed
Yeah, they
out.
got the whole cast back.
Yeah. I forgot he was in the movie until it cut to him. Well, he didn't have an impact on me in the first one.
Oh,
And then I saw him like, oh, God, shit.
Here we go again.
Because I don't remember if I liked him or not in the first one, but when I saw him,
what'd you just say?
In the first one, I can't remember. Well, not liked him. I can't remember if I disliked him enough. Or whatever. Like
for me, he was out of all the movies that we've seen.
Yeah,
he's my most hated character.
Yeah, I just
more than Dana Carvey.
Yes,
I think because we actually talked about that.
Yes,
That's right. That's right. Yeah,
yeah. I think more than. It's close.
Yeah.
I didn't. I
hated him so much.
Yeah, I didn't like him.
I hated him more in this movie. Like I did not like him in the first movie. Right. I hated him more in this movie.
Because he doesn't add anything.
He just adds one-liners.
They give him one-liners, and it's just not. You're like, okay, well that was dumb.
Yeah, it shows him he's at his book signing, and no one's there.
Yeah, no one knows who he is.
Right.
And then his Ferrari gets taken away. He's like, oh no.
Because he had a.
His accountant put his money in bad investments.
Right.
That's how he lost his $5 million.
So I was happy that his car got taken away.
Yeah, in his face.
Yes.
So yeah, he's upset and everything.
But then Nick Cage shows up to the book signing. Right? No. Riley's walking home.
Yeah.
Oh. And Nick Cage is sitting in front of his house.
They were in the Borders.
Yes.
Yeah, did you notice that?
Yeah, I did notice that.
They are no longer around.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Venture. And then Riley's walking home. Nick Cage is there.
Yeah.
And he talks about how his accountant and his financial woes. And then it comes up that Nick Cage and I forget the wife's name.
Abigail?
Yes.
He talks about how they're separated. He's like, "Oh, I need your help to break into the house." Mm-hmm. So
which it seems like they needed that as a plot point. Like they didn't Like it was just because at the end of the first one, they were like super happy together.
Right.
It's like they needed to cause a chaos to make a story.
Right.
Like I don't. It's like they didn't rely on their writing of what they have to do to go get stuff. It's like they didn't need to add the breakup part. It seems like they add a lot of stuff in these kinds of movies that just don't need to be there. And that's one that actually jumped out at me.
Yeah. You had to think about that. Like they basically get along the entire movie. So it's like, why try and say that like they split apart between the movies? Like
exactly.
And it is just so there's that break-in scene. And
Why the fuck are you going to let her have the house? You're the motherfucker that found the first treasure.
Yeah, I agree. Seriously.
Maybe the taxes are really shitty.
But like, why would you?
He found like how much
treasure.
Well, there was like how many? Like, did they say how much he took? I can't remember.
I forget.
1%?
It was a ton of money.
Right.
Like
And he's probably getting money from doing lectures.
Yeah. And Abigail, you're telling me she should have been like, okay, fine, take the house. I'll just buy a new one because I'm sure she has plenty of money too.
Right.
So I don't know. It just
we
should rewrite the story and make our own movie.
Yeah.
We're gonna we need Nicolas Cage though. Can we afford him? I'm sure he'll do it. He does some pretty shit.
We might be able to pull some pennies together.
Yeah. So it shows that Nick Cage is living with his dad, Jon Voight.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're breaking into his old house, and while they're what are they grabbing? They're grabbing
her badge.
I thought he had a big box under his arm.
I could have sworn he needed her badge for something. I can't remember what he needed it for, though.
That was a diary. It just goes to show how good this movie is.
No, he needed it because he needed a copy of he needed that paper. He was going to steal that paper because he wanted
paper, son.
Yeah. So he needed that because he wanted to see the name if there was anything on there. So he was going to steal her badge to use it to get into the archive.
Yeah, that to use the computer.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's when we see Modern Family Dad.
Ty Burrell.
That's the guy.
Which I love that show.
Oh, really?
I like Modern Family.
I don't watch cable, so I haven't really watched it. Hulu. I don't have the Hulu. I have the Netflix.
Hulu. Dude, and you can get Hulu and Spotify and bundle them and get it for like $2 cheaper altogether.
Unbelievable.
Dude, Spotify Premium.
I don't have Spotify either.
What the fuck are you doing with your life?
Do you listen to music?
Yeah.
How?
With my ears, bro.
Fair enough.
No, I have my
on YouTube or
an iPod. I bought it like years ago, and it still works.
Okay,
so why change? But and I mean new music because I follow Twitter, so a lot of bands I like are on Twitter. So I follow them whenever they put something new out, or when I talk to my friends, they tell me about new music. But
what do you do when you're driving?
I don't know. Sometimes I don't play anything at all, and sometimes
it doesn't surprise me.
And sometimes, because sometimes they're like just quiet, clear my head. And other times I'll just have my iPod with me and just play something off there. Dude, my car is a 2008 too, so it's not like it has
2008 too.
Yeah, 2008 too. I know.
Future.
No, yeah, I don't know.
Is it a scroll wheel iPod?
No, it's actually got the touch screen and everything. Yeah. No, my scroll wheel I had for a long time before that too. So
you should bring it to like the Apple store if you still have the scroll wheel.
I don't know why it's not working anymore, guys.
Fix it.
You guys are geniuses.
We're some kind of genius, sir.
Why does my scroll wheel iPod not have 4G on it?
Yeah, so we're talking about Ty Burrell. He works for the FBI, right?
Yeah, no, I thought was he FBI or was he just
the White House?
Yeah, the White House. He's like,
oh yeah, it is the White House.
But he's just like a guy that does tours or something, isn't he? Or he has access or something.
Yeah, because they're talking about like the Easter egg hunt.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff.
So he really, yeah. Yeah, so he talks his way. I don't remember what happened at this part. I remember he kind of got caught or something. Who? Nick Cage. Like, didn't he?
After walking out the door, they're walking in the door.
Yeah. And so
And she's like, how'd you get in? And she's like, Riley. He's like, hey, guys. And then she clips the timer out on the couch. He's like, this is what I really hate about family vacations. If you watch Modern Family, you get that joke. Yeah. So it's, I don't think anything gets,
no.
There's no resolution from that whole thing.
But she is like, oh, well, I'll go with you or something. Because they end up, all three of them going to run tests on it.
Yeah.
So they run all these tests.
Run tests on
That little piece of paper.
we should probably, did we talk about that?
Yeah, but it was that the evidence that what's his face had.
Harris.
Ed Harris. Yeah, the evidence that showed Thomas Gates was a bad guy. It was part of
supposedly.
Yeah, so it was a list of a list of the conspirators to kill Lincoln, and it supposedly had Thomas Gates' name, like the mastermind.
Yeah, it was
whatever.
John Wilkes Booth's journal, and it was a piece of paper out of it.
Yeah, and whatever. When they're back at Jon Voight's house or whatever, and like Jon Voight or Nick Cage is like on the computer, and like they're doing like, who's doing the press conference? It's whatever college or whatever that Nick Cage was doing. Or no, who was it? Someone was giving a press conference about how Thomas Gates is a bad man. Or no, not Thomas Gates.
Oh, it was
Thomas Gates.
It was okay. So remember when they were giving the presentation at the beginning?
Yes,
that one guy.
Yes,
like the guy that was running.
But who's he affiliated with?
He's just like a professor or smart. He's a smart dude that just is in charge of things.
Yeah,
that's his official role.
Yes. Yeah, but he's just like, Thomas Cage is a bad guy, and we're gonna keep looking into this.
Yeah.
And then Jon Voight's line, he's like, it's on the internet. I'm like, okay. But I wish I could remember specifically what they were saying, or how they were getting to these clues. But I remember last movie, it was ridiculous, like the stream of consciousness to go from one clue to another clue. And this movie, it's even worse.
I think they must be geniuses, is what I wrote down. Because how they can just jump from like, well, she had a dog, and the dog had feet, and the feet, that's what everyone had. Like people have, and people have. It's so dumb. Just all the stuff they put together, and like what I just said was pretty much how he connected dots, because the dots they're so loose.
I made a note of it when they start talking about the Resolute twins.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Like when he went on that whole train of thought, I was like, oh fuck this movie.
Yeah, because it goes from Resolute twins, and then it goes to a ship, and then a ship to 2 desks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Like, how the fuck did we get there?
Yeah, no clue. It was ridiculous. It was after this part when he finds out that on the piece of paper, that when it was actually still attached to the journal, the page, either before or behind it, left an imprint.
Right.
On it, so he's able to read the cipher. He just doesn't have the code for it. So he has everything that he could find the answer out. He just needs that 5-letter word. Right. So he has Riley start using every 5-letter word in the book, which was
worthless Riley puzzle computer.
Yes. And then I think it said this. So they find out so he finds that out, and then when does Abigail go to dinner with Ed Harris?
Because that's when
isn't it right after? It's right after they find out about the cipher. Because it's
because when Cage calls Abigail,
and she's talking out loud, which leads Ed Harris to knowing all the clues.
Exactly. Well, it's like first he's like, "Oh, I'm going to take over Alcatraz," and then it's like, "I'm going to take over your girl." It's like, okay, please, we should.
Well, and then back to whatever. One of the clues leads them to the Statue of Liberty, and then they read something that's on the Statue of Liberty, and there's the two bike cops
but isn't
there.
It the one in Paris? It's the Statue of Liberty in Paris,
right?
There's 3 of them.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah. So they go and they found that clue out from some obscure whatever they.
Nick Cage wearing super douchey sunglasses. If you remember the douchey sunglasses.
He did.
Kind of like Matrixy, small.
Yeah.
But it's funny, they're asking the cops what is it? they're asking like the cops, like, oh, like, what is it?
Well, and at first, so this is like, what are those called?
Bikes.
Droids.
Oh,
Droids. Drones. Droids.
That's droids.
Yeah, drones. And this must be like one of the first drones ever because this is like what, 2007.
Right,
so
right.
flying around, the cops are like, oh, that's not good.
Right.
And so, but Nick Cage walks over and he's able to talk to him about like French history. And the cop's like, I know that too. We're going to talk to, And then he Riley finds out the thing. I love how they have to use Riley for the technical of flying a drone. It's,
but yeah, because Nick Cage's like, oh, when should we go to this place? And Riley's like, why don't you ask your new best friend? It's like, I think he's gay for Nick Cage, I think.
Yeah.
And like he's just like really butthurt.
Yeah, why not,
Hey.
If that's what he wants, then that's fine with
more
me.
Power to him.
Exactly. Oh yeah, so and for some reason he knows what that means. Whatever the little blurb on French, he knows what that means.
Right.
And he's able to get like he talks to the cop and the cop gets a taxi for him. But and then he's like the cop's like, okay, who's this that? And Riley's like, oh, that's mine. He's like, well, you're getting the ticket.
Right.
Wah, wah.
Yeah.
Just so
Shucks.
But so then they find out, whatever inscription is on the fucking Statue of Liberty. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it somehow leads to these two desks. One's at Buckingham Palace and one's in the Oval Office. Mm-hmm. So here's what I don't get though. Okay. Nick Cage is like this world-renowned fucking treasure hunter. Like, he's found some of the greatest fucking treasures of all time. Why the fuck does he need to sneak around Buckingham Palace? Like, you would think.
First off, like, why is he going through all this anyways? Who cares if his great-great-grandpa was part of something he wasn't involved in? I guess that's just I just don't relate with it. Just because if one of my ancestors did something, I'd be like, oh, well, that's fine.
He doesn't want to sully his name, though.
He's not.
Sure.
How?
If his grandpa is like a bad person,
but that's his grandpa. It's not him.
His great grandpa. Yeah, but
that's stupid shit.
It is, but I mean,
I don't. Yeah, I think it's stupid.
Okay. So somehow Nick Cage needs to get like captured by the Buckingham Palace security so he can get into this one room. So one of the more funny scenes is when he has to cause a scene. And essentially he's just like kind of being like a stereotypical Brit. He's like, what's this all about, man?
Yeah.
And he's like strutting down the stairs. So that was okay.
Yeah. That was actually a pretty good Nick Cage freak out.
Yeah.
But then then I think this is when Abigail kind of realizes like what he's like what his intent is. So she kind of plays along to get captured too.
Yeah.
And they fucking like sneak around through the dumbwaiter and stuff like that. Yeah. And then they find the Resolute desk and
it's some like, I love it because they're sort of under the desk looking at stuff and they see like the print of who made it. Yeah. And they're like, oh, that guy made magic boxes or whatever they call them. And
like Chinese puzzles or something like
that's
that.
what it was. Yeah. So he starts playing with stuff and all these switches and gadgets go. Right. And he's like, oh, well, okay. And then he finds so he solves the puzzle. The thing pops open and here's a piece of wood.
Yes.
It's like, oh, awesome, piece of wood with carvings. Oh, you don't want to waste that.
No.
And a piece of wood with carving. Yeah, it was what? It was like some Native American, whatever on there.
Incan Aztec.
Oh, was it Incan Aztec?
Or Aztec.
I wasn't really with it right there. But it's only part of it.
Right.
So but they're like, no one knows this language.
Right. But
who ends up knowing? Come on, you can tell me.
His mom.
Yeah. She knows.
I thought she was dead.
I don't know.
I assumed from the first movie that she was dead.
Yeah. No clue, but this seems like we've talked a lot, and I think we're only like 40 minutes in, maybe. Yeah, like this is, they fit so much.
The other thing that kind of confuses me is like, so they're mainly in like around the Buckingham Palace area in England.
Yeah.
But how come everyone says oi?
Yeah. There's a lot of
I
oi.
had that. I'm like, this is like the most punk rock type of like.
That's like more of a Cockney kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oi. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, they said oi. And they said I should have wrote it down. They said something else. That's very just like you said, like the Cockney, like the blue collar English,
Right.
like stereotypical thing. Yeah. Oh.
Jimmy Sweet.
Well, that's how Americans think that it is over there.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you say aura?
I don't know. I just shit just comes out sometimes.
So then they had that. Oh wait, has it happened yet? Where? Oh no. Well, I think at some point around here, where Ed Harris and his goons break into Jon Voight's house.
Oh yeah. Somewhere around. I didn't even.
And here's the thing.
Yeah.
So in order for Ed Harris to know what Nick Cage is doing this whole time, he just like does this thing where he like
copies his
cell phone, which is just lazy.
Yeah.
Like lazy, like movie writing.
Yeah.
It's just like, he has a copy of his phone, so he knows. Like in the first movie, at least it's just like, okay, he like
had to do some stuff. Yeah.
But this just felt really heavy-handed and lazy to me. Anyways, so they're like on this car chase, blah, 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 blah. And then, so while he's being chased, Nick Cage decides he's going to ditch the fucking half piece of the puzzle.
Oh, yeah.
And the only way that he's going to hold on...
Your face. Chris. So everyone knows it's Chris.
It's the only way that he's going to hold on to his piece of the puzzle so he can get him off his tail is he's going to hold up. He's going to hold up.
Yeah, so they're trying to, Nicolas Cage, Abigail, and Riley are trying to get away with this like block of wood thing. And, of course, Ed Harris and his goons are all chasing them and like they're breaking a whole bunch of shit in the process. Car chase, that is.
Yes.
And you know what? At one point while they're driving, Nick Cage is like, "Oh, does your cell phone have a camera on it?" I was like, "Wow, that's." She's like, "Oh no, it's broken," which I don't know how that's. So yeah, Nick Cage decides to go through a red light while holding up this plank of wood in front of his face. So yeah, sorry.
I'm like, really? That's the route you.
Because I'm sure those cameras are super high quality.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, back then, they couldn't have been good quality. And then also, and when he gets it back, like, it's in color. And I don't think they're ever in color. I don't think. No. Especially back then.
Yeah, especially back then.
But it's just so dumb. Like, the writers were like, oh, this is super clever. And like, this is fucking stupid.
Maybe in 2007... it was super clever because this kind of like the technology we have now is nothing compared
it must have
to
been
what
like
it was.
Fresh. That technology must have been like freshly out there.
Like, could you really do that? Can you do that? People must have been thinking that where it's like, no, you can't. I have written down at this point, it's like I'm still watching the first movie. Like it feels
a lot like the first.
Change it up. Which to me, whenever you there's a part 2, 3, whatever, it should be different. That's how I feel. Like I should feel like I'm watching a different movie, but I also should know it's connected to this. And this feels like it could have just been put on to the end of the first one, and just drag out. And I'm not really a fan of those kind of like movies, of the second and thirds, because it's like, I guess it really depends too on what type of movie it is. Because if I could say finding like the Lord of the Rings type movies, when those kind of the big budget, like
those are meant to flow.
Those are meant, exactly. But when it's stuff like this, and you're trying to make it flow,
Rocky 2.
I've never seen it, bro.
Shut up.
No, I'm just kidding.
My god, dude.
I've seen, I think, all the Rockies, none of the newer ones.
Creed is good. I heard Creed 2 is even better.
Really? Okay, I've seen all the new ones. I've seen all the old ones, but
what's your favorite Rocky?
I haven't seen them in so long. Honestly, 4. Yeah,
that's the one.
It is awesome.
Dude, I just watched this documentary. The guy in Rocky 5, Tommy Gunn, that was a real boxer. And he was good.
Really?
Yeah. Then he fucking died from...
that's what happens when you live.
Oh, I think he died from AIDS, actually.
Like Eazy-E.
Is that what he died from?
Yeah. You didn't? Oh, yeah. There you go. End to your knowledge.
Dropping knowledge. Yeah. Yeah, Rocky 4 is really good. But Rocky 2 is really
I
good.
gotta watch them all over again.
Yes, you do.
I haven't seen the first one in probably over 10 years.
Right.
You know, the same with the second, probably 15, 20. Just stuff like that, just because there's other stuff. It's been a long time since I've seen all this stuff.
Terminator 2, better than the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. 3 sucked.
Oh, terrible.
3 was so
Fucking
bad.
garbage.
The first one's awesome because it like introduces you to it, and you're just like, this is so cool.
That's good.
And the second one's like, holy crap, how are they able to pull that CG type stuff off? Like, it still looks good today.
Terminator 2?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It's unbelievable. It's so good.
When I was young, like probably not long after it came out, we had it on VHS. I think I watched it like 5 times in one day.
That's awesome.
I fucking love that movie.
That's awesome.
Look at me now.
I'm a Terminator.
I'll be around. No, that's what he says, right? No? I'll be returning.
Hasta la vista. Right? Is that how you pronounce it, right? Am I right?
Arborvitae's.
Oh, God, we're so stupid. We should probably get back.
No, that's okay.
So wait. So now they're buddies again. Nick Cage and Abigail.
Yes.
Like there's nothing. Like I couldn't even tell you because I don't really. It seems like when they first saw each other, she had the typical, "Oh, why are you here? I'm the woman, and I don't want you here." And he's "I'm the man, and I want to be back with you," like that kind of thing in movies.
Right.
And then it's like everything's perfectly fine. That's why I'm saying, like, if everything's going to be fine for the majority of the movie, don't throw in the stuff that doesn't matter, like the separation. You know, so that's why I wrote down, like, yeah, the buddies again. It's like they didn't need to be.
Yeah.
That drama didn't need to be happening in the first place. It was stupid. And was it Buckingham Palace when they were looking for the guy and they were kicking open the stalls?
Yes, that's what
and the guy was sitting there taking a dump. And he's just like, "Oi!"
Like, "Oi! What's it all about?" Mary Poppins.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, and then this is where they go to the mom's
Yes.
college or wherever she works
Yeah,
at.
she's a professor.
Right.
Yeah.
The only one that fucking knows how to read this fucking language. Yeah.
And then they walk up to the door, and then you see this someone going to college, and this woman walks out, and she's like, "I hate her."
Right.
And then Jon Voight's like,
"Oh, we're the right place." Fuck. And then wait, where's that at? I don't know. At some point they mentioned Olmec, and I got really fucking pumped. So I thought it was Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yeah.
But nothing else happened with Olmec.
I loved that show.
Dude,
Yeah.
I used to watch it all the time.
Let's rock.
And no one like ever won at the end.
Oh,
when they
yeah.
go through.
I don't ever remember.
I remember, I think like 1 or 2 like groups of kids won it, and that's it, because it was impossible. Like that was harder than the Double Dare challenge.
Oh yeah,
you remember that? Any people ever won that either?
Like what if like Olmec, instead of him like telling you how to get like through like this puzzle, like he would like teach you like how to do like really bad things, like go into your mother's purse and steal $50 and buy all that candy.
But Mom, Olmec told me to do this. It's like, oh, he's got Olmec again.
Tell him, Olmec.
Why won't you talk to Mom?
If you ever rat on me, I'll kill all of your family by first stabbing them in the heart and then taking them to the sacred tomb and lighting them on fire.
That would be an awesome horror movie.
Olmec.
Yeah, an Olmec
But it's
horror
gotta be
movie.
the one from.
Of course, yeah. It's
The one
like
that's built into the wall.
it starts off as like you're a kid and you're part of the whole thing, and then you find out Olmec's real, and then it's 20 years later. You like run into Olmec somewhere. He's like walking around.
You said 20 years later. I just pictured him like just being like a wastoid, like on your couch, like, Olmec, you really need to get a job. I have 2 interviews tomorrow. You said that yesterday. Judge Judy's on. Come on, you know I'm good for it. My rent check. If you go through the living room. Olmec and me. But that's not the case. When does he say run along you? Oh, it's when they go to so they need. Oh, this is where they find out that the second half is at the White House in the Oval Office.
Yes.
So they're like, "How are we getting there?" And they're like, "Oh wait, you know that guy who works at the White House? You should go on that date." And they go there. And then while they're like trying to convince him, there's all the kids.
And
once again, I hate kids.
And
what, that little bastard kid?
yeah, that was. I'm like thinking the whole time. I punch him in the face. Come on, Nick Cage, just punch the kid in the face.
Yeah, I mean he's yelling at this kid. Like
it was
he's
awesome.
arguing.
I know it was
good.
awesome. The kid's like, but he was very knowledgeable about the past. He's good history.
And then he goes run along, you impossible child. And like does like this funny hand motion. But then
he does that hand motion.
He does.
Yeah, it's a
does.
good motion. It's a good motion.
But he that whole sequence of them. Like, oh, I dropped my earring.
It was, because you forget, like, I forget, this is a Disney movie, it really is, it's not, I don't think their target audience, was men in their 30s that are,
This one goes out to Brandan.
Yeah. Okay, so, and while they're looking around, and she's bent over, showing her boobs, and Modern Family just like, Modern Family. Nick Cage is at the desk. How did neither of them know he's doing all this stuff to this desk?
Yeah.
And then come to find out, there's just nothing in the desk.
Correct.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And that's
The
because
block of wood isn't there. It's a little like stamp in the wood.
Yeah. And Jon Voight he's like, well, of course it was found. The greatest men to live, we're sitting at that desk.
Right.
And I'm just like, well, maybe not the greatest. I'm sure there were a few pretty good ones, but I mean, out of all the presidents we've had, I couldn't name any, but that were like horrible.
Yeah,
I don't know enough about the presidential
it's like every president since. Not Rutherford B. Hayes. Calvin Coolidge. I forget which president.
Yeah, it's like all the presidents, but 2 of them had been at the desk. It was Nixon and. It's not important.
It's really
this movie is not important.
Yeah. So anyway, they find out,
but there's that symbol with the fucking thing holding the fucking scrolls.
Maybe eagle.
Oh yeah, an octopus.
It was Hydra all along.
It was the Kraken.
That would make the movie so much better.
Yeah, it's an eagle that's holding arrows and a scroll. And this is they don't know. Nick Cage is like, well, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know who. Okay. Question: who knows what that means? I think it's both of your favorite guy.
Oh, it's Riley.
Yeah,
it's in his book.
It's in his book. I just love that even like the characters shit on Riley because no one read his book.
Right.
Like Nick Cage didn't even open up the package.
Yeah.
I'm like, no one likes you, Riley.
That guy is. So then what? They have to. Oh, so this is where they find out every president has been
passed down this book.
Right, this book.
That's basically the book of secrets.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's how it fits in.
I just got it.
Just never had a book. Well, I think it's kind of dumb because you call it Book of Secrets, but
I don't think they ever call it that in the movie.
No, and there's only like maybe 5-10 minutes when they're actually
you're gonna say 5-10 secrets.
Like 5-10 minutes when they're actually with the book. So the movie really had nothing to do with it. So the Book of calling it Book of Secrets was kind of stupid because it didn't play it on.
That should have been the fucking treasure.
It's one of them. It had a lot of stuff like secrets. So they need to find this book. Riley knows it. Oh, don't.
Sorry.
What's happening?
I just feel a burp coming on. I got
Do it.
nervous.
Okay, so they need to get to the current president.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whoever that actor was, he was.
Yeah.
I wish it was Bill Pullman, but
Oh, that was so much better.
I think
we will not go down without a fight.
any president from Independence Day on.
Yes.
Well, there was surrounded on Bill Pullman. That's how it goes.
He's not Richard Nixon.
All presidents did that. It's in the Constitution. Yeah, Bill Pullman, he was a great president.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he was great. I would vote for him.
Well, let's not. Let's not.
said.
You don't
In this day and age, I would.
Well, because you got to think, like, if we ever get attacked by aliens, he would know what to do. He's already been through it.
I need to give me one of these.
Exactly, Will Smith. Exactly.
Yes.
What are we
So,
talking
well, no.
about?
So they need to find the president.
Oh, yeah.
And then
yeah.
they need to like somehow reroute where he's holding his little presidential bash shindig.
Yeah. So Riley uses his internet magic, and he's able to book every single venue in the area to where they have to move the thing to Mount Vernon.
Yes.
So everything goes. It's at Mount Vernon, and let's see. They're at the thing, and then
Randy Travis is performing.
I know. I got so excited. I'm like, Randy Travis. You got no one to hold him. I know. I just want to.
Dude, I wish it was Kenny Rogers.
That would have been
awesome.
great. Yeah. Have you ever been to a Kenny Rogers rotisserie?
Are they still around?
I think in like Southern Illinois there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever been to a Bob Evans?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
God. Last time I was at a Bob Evans, I threw up in the parking lot
Oh.
after
Why?
I ate it. I don't know.
You had so much, or
No, it was just however they cooked it. It was not good.
Oh.
And I was like, because I remember eating, I'm like, oh, this is fine.
Because your fucking weak Yankee stomach couldn't
Yeah, I
fucking
think
handle
so.
it.
Yeah, I think so.
Even though there's probably some in the northern part of the U.S.
I think where was I? I don't remember where I was at. I just remember it was with people.
I see.
Which usually I do that.
Posted by yourself.
Yeah. So yeah, no, it was
Breakfast for one, please.
yeah.
Will be
So,
anyone else joining you? No. 2 chocolate milks, please. When's the last time you had chocolate milk?
oh wow. I don't know because I haven't had milk in a long time.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah,
I can't drink milk. Like after like 10 minutes of drinking milk,
Does it fuck with you or you just don't
hit
like
the
the taste of it?
bathroom.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. I must be lactose.
Yeah.
And what happens to a lot of people when they get older?
You must be lactose intolerant?
Yeah, I
Oh,
would
okay, I
think
thought that was
so.
like your new name. You're like, I must be lactose.
I must be lactose, you know.
I am lactose.
Lactose man.
Yeah, you know why? It's just because I really like ice cream, but it's just like I always pay for it.
Oh, me too. Yeah, I eat ice cream. I'm just I shouldn't
I
do
pay for it
this.
'cause I'm a man, but
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
also
yeah.
like it's my butthole.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. It's like it's not a good time. Like Dairy Queen, which I don't think that ice cream from Dairy Queen.
It's not bad.
It's not bad, but it's so full of air. That's why well, it is. If you like read about it, it's like when it comes, it's soft. That's how they become soft serve because it's like when you Baskin Robbins, it's hard pack. You know, you got to.
Like Cold Stone.
Yeah, like
Oh, that's good shit.
Cold Stone is good. You know, Margie's is awesome. If you guys are in Chicagoland area, Margie's. It's an ice cream shop. It's from like the 1920s, and it's still there. They make their own everything there. Fantastic. They have a 35 scoop challenge.
what?
Yeah, with toppings. Fudge, caramel, banana. Oh, dude,
How long do you have to eat it?
I don't know if there's a time limit. I'm sure there is, but
Really?
I don't know if there's a time limit. I had 2 friends did a 12 scoop, so they each did 6, and they killed it in like 15 minutes. But they were taking their time, and they're like, oh, I need more. Yeah, and their scoops aren't little scoops; they're scoops, like it's like your fist scoop.
hey.
Like So yeah, Margie's very good. Yeah, definitely recommend. It's by what's it by? It's by a venue. I forget what venue it is. Bottom Lounge, maybe.
Oh,
Maybe is it Bottom
Is
Lounge?
that by you?
yeah, that's got by me.
It might be-
Which I found
might be-
out, R. Kelly's studio is 2 blocks away from my work.
You guys see Lifetime? They have Surviving R. Kelly.
I've heard about it.
That's where I know where his studio is because
Yeah.
like city officials are starting to raid it. So
Oh, jeez. Well, so all you got to do, if you want to just listen to people complain, watch R. Kelly because you'll hear like people complaining about stuff. I can't watch that kind of stuff like Surviving R. Kelly. Like you sit and you watch, and don't get me wrong, it sucks what happened to those people. I'm not saying that. I don't know what happened, but if stuff happened, it sucks. But I can't sit and watch somebody complain about stuff. I can't do it. You know, I complain all the time, and that's too much for me.
Kind of like right now.
No. That's who I know I do. I complain all the time, but that's just me. And usually I just do it out of like jest. You know, it's funny complain for no reason because it's funny.
Right.
But like, I just don't. It sucks. I don't want to feel bad. Really.
Right.
You know, that's probably what it really is. I just don't want to feel bad because then I'll see, oh, this happened to her. Oh man, I feel bad for the rest of the day.
Like people like posting videos of like dogs getting shot and shit. And I'm just
Dude, there's tons of crap. No,
Dude.
there's tons of stuff. If you want to if you want to feel bad, just type like anything in YouTube that.
Oh, I don't search it out.
Well, I'm just saying, you wanted to search it out.
That fucked up.
Yeah, but no, there's a lot of it. Even on Netflix, there's stuff out there that you can find. Well, there's that one documentary about the nun. That like a lot of bad shit happened.
The keepers? That's
yeah.
awesome.
So
Not what happened. But
Right.
like
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of stuff like that, and I'll watch some of that stuff. You know.
Oh, I love fucking crime documentaries. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just sometimes it gets tough to sit through it because it's like, well, I gotta watch this later at night because I don't want the rest of my day to be like. That's how I think. That's how I am. Like if I watch something like upset or sad, something. It'll stick with me and just keep me in a down mood the entire day. You know, I'm just too sensitive or something. I don't know. I'm an empath. Oh, yeah, that's right. Ooh, I could feel your whatever. I don't give a fuck. I'm a fucking empath.
If I punch myself in the dick, you'll feel it. No? Like twins?
No, keep doing it.
Oh.
I'll feel it soon. Just keep going. Are we still talking about this
So
movie?
they finally get to the president's party, and then Nick Cage finally like gets up to next to the president.
yeah.
He's like, "Oh, hey, I know so and so. Look, I got this map of."
Oh yeah. Sorry. To be fair, I skipped.
You skipped.
I've seen this movie a few times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I knew what was going to be happening. I'm just like, I can't. I'll wait until later.
Right, because he's like, oh, my uncle, like, fuck, or someone that he knew, like, sketched out the fucking.
Right.
The fucking
Vernon, wherever they are, Mountain Vernon,
right.
Camp Vernon.
And he's like, oh, there always used to be a secret tunnel, and the president's like, hey, we should go see. And it's like, wow, the president's really gung ho for adventures that he knows nothing about.
Yeah.
So like they go through these crypts and all this stuff, and
the door comes down.
the door comes down. The secret
That's
Service,
pretty much when I went back to it, is when the door
right.
came
And the
went
secret
down.
Service is like, he captured the president.
Yeah.
And Nick Cage is like, tell me about the secret book.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, if you tell me, I'll show you the way out.
Yeah. Well, no. Nick Cage was like really nice about all of it. He's like, listen, he pretty much explained what he was trying to do, and the president's like, well, let me guess. If I don't tell you, you're not going to let me out. And he's like, no, if I'll let you, it's this way, I'll let you out. I'm just, you know. And then Nick Cage is talking about like heroism and like love for your country, and the president's like, no one like thinks like that or says that kind of stuff anymore.
Yeah.
And Nick Cage is like, well, people want to. They want to have that. They just don't feel like it's there anymore. Which I thought that was this part when he's talking with the president. Like once the door closes, he's talking with the president and until he like tells the president what like, oh, just go here. That's a pretty good part because it kind of like shows who Nick Cage is, like the person he is in this movie. And like it just, I thought it was nice. Like it's not worth sitting through all the movie through, but this part was nice.
Right.
That's all I got.
So they finally get through all the tunnels and stuff like that. And Nick Cage is like, oh, nearest highway is that way. I'm going this way.
Yeah.
And then the president's like, it's like, all right. So when you get to the library, he's like, oh, the book, it's at the presidential library. So you need to remember this. XY234786. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's like, also 3794. And also page 47. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, dude, like, I know if it was me, I'd fucking forget.
Oh, yeah.
70% of that.
I would have walked back and said, "Hey, I don't remember what you said."
Hey,
Remember me?
Yeah. So then they,
He ends up going to the library.
Yeah.
With, was it with Abigail and Riley, or was it just Abigail?
yeah,
with both of them.
Abigail and Riley.
Okay, so yeah, they're doing their thing. Oh,
He calls his dad. He's like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And like, Ed Harris has the copy of the phone. He's like, this is where
Yeah.
we're going.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah.
like, it was getting so old.
Yeah.
And we can kind of skip over things because we're about an hour in. So.
Okay.
And I don't want to do a two-parter.
Yeah, no, so basically, and throughout all this, Nick Cage, his dad, Jon Voight, and the mom don't like each other.
Yes.
At all. So that's just, you'll hear that a lot throughout the movie. I wrote here, this seems like it should be over already.
Yeah.
Okay, and at, now we're only an hour and a half in.
Yeah.
And I go to 1 hour, 30 minutes, 30 seconds. This is when they find out like where to go and what to do. Because they read the book and they know where it's at. They have an idea what to find it, right? And then it's Mount Rushmore. So they go to Mount Rushmore. If you go to this part, 1 hour, 30 minutes or seconds, they're kind of walking over like a little brook of water. Nick Cage, how he walks over because the water's not deep at all. You can just walk.
Yeah.
But he's trying not to touch the water, so he kind of waddles over the rocks. And I went back like 5 times because it's so funny how he walks. So if anything, just watch that part, and that's all you realize. It's good. It's so funny.
And I forget, like, and there's that one scene where like they're all on top of rocks. And they're like, oh, wet the rocks. And like everyone happens to have bottles of water.
And they're just going to sprinkle it. Like, so you're telling me 6 bottles of water are going to cover how much square feet? You know, it's huge.
Right.
Yeah, so they find it. They go in. We're in a cave now.
Yeah.
And then they get caught in a trap. And then they get out of the trap.
Right. But, and I already was kind of iffy with Nick Cage's mom at this point. But once they get into the cage, oh my God.
Yeah, she was like,
oh, look.
Yeah.
Oh, so beautiful.
Yeah.
So many relics. I'm like, and she's saying this to herself.
Yeah.
She's not saying it to other, like, oh, Nick, look. It's just like, just to herself.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking old lady, like, at the supermarket, like, oh, can have 50 cents? It's like, she's talking to no one, just herself.
Yeah.
And it's in a cave, so it fucking echoes. And I'm just like, holy fuck, just have a boulder fucking drop on top of her. I'm done with her. And then there's the whole fucking teeter-totter scene.
Well, yeah, because they go through a door closes.
That teeter-totter scene
Went for 15 minutes.
easily.
And it didn't need to
It didn't need to be that long.
No, it was.
Well, and it was like so CG that like there's no like
And
consequences.
It was stupid
like
because in the pit, if they would have fallen, there were bones down there, all these skeletons and stuff. So you're telling me that once that trap sprung, they had to go back because the people would fall and die down there. They have to go back and fix everything.
Yeah.
It's stupid. So they end up getting out of that trap. I'm trying to speed it up.
That's fine.
So they get out of that trap, so we're Ed Harris, everyone, because of course they have all the bad guys are there too.
Right, yeah.
And so they get in and then they, we're just walking, and Jon Voight and his wife, they like come across something they got to do to get over it.
Right. Well, and then they had like their own separate adventure.
Yeah.
And they swing on a rope, and then like they both like fall like,
we almost died. Yeah.
And then they start making out. and I'm like,
which was
no.
the old people adventurers.
But then like so Ed Harris, Abigail, Nick Cage, and Riley, they're all like walking through, and then like they hit the switch and all like blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
But then there's they're like standing on top of that pyramid, and for some reason, like they're trying to figure out where the water's going. And I just remember Ed Harris saying the line, "Duh, the water's going down." And I'm like, oh, finally executed. So I'm just like, it was such as like a throwaway line. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, so they find the fucking field, or not the field of gold. That's a Sting song. The city of gold.
Yeah, they see it, and then because everything's so old, the water breaks through the cracks and starts flooding it again.
Right.
And then Ed Harris is like, no, you guys, like I'm gonna get all this. I'm gonna stay alive, and you guys are the ones. And then something, it's dumb, and Ed Harris ends up saving them all.
Yeah,
and he's like, make sure to save my name.
Yeah, that part was so baffling.
Sure. No, it should have been like, no.
Yeah, because like this entire movie, like Ed Harris, like clearly doesn't care about any of these like main characters.
Oh yeah,
he's clearly the villain. And then like at the flip of a switch, he's like, "Oh, sacrifice myself for you all."
Yeah, exactly.
What?
Yeah.
Why? And there's no like good reason.
Right.
Like it's not like Nick Cage is like, "Oh, if you save us, I'll put a good name in the papers."
Right.
So, like
the first one was understandable, the first movie, because you knew he was a bad guy. He did some bad stuff, and he was throughout. But it was just dumb. So he leaves. He tells the FBI guy out there, because everyone's looking for Nick Cage because he kidnapped the president.
Yeah, right.
So, and the FBI, what's his face from the first movie's back.
Harvey Keitel.
And he tells him, he's like, yeah, hey, I found the city of gold, whatever. And he's like, oh, great. Well, that doesn't mean that like you can get off scot-free because you kidnapped the president.
Right.
So he brings him in. The president's like, oh, no, he didn't kidnap me. He rescued me from the cave. And then all that stuff happens. And so they have all this money now. Everyone's all happy. And then the president's like, oh, did you look at page 47? And he's like, I did. I think I can help you with that. And then it's like, okay.
Did they ever say what it was?
It's because there was going to be a third movie. But it's never happened.
But it never happened.
Yeah. Well, I read it. The reason I think I mentioned this in the first episode. They're not going to. There's stuff for the third movie, like there's stuff set.
Yeah.
But Disney doesn't think it's going to make as much money as other stuff they have already coming out.
Right.
Yeah. So they're just not going to do it, or just going to sit on it. So
sit on it.
Yeah, sit on it. So Riley gets his Ferrari back. The president.
Yeah.
So for some reason, the president gets his.
And did they leave? Were the keys for the car like on the windshield?
I think so.
Yeah.
It was
In the envelope, yeah.
I bet this was your favorite part, Brian. The part when they have it's all drained out again. And Nick Cage's mom is in there. Did you catalog this? Did you catalog this? Did you catalog this? Are you doing this?
Being a fucking micromanager.
Yep.
Fucking die. Just
I'm usually the dark one.
Dude.
So
It's every single I want to talk to your manager old lady ever.
Yes. I'm very disappointed. I'm very disappointed in you. That's a good line. And that's
it.
That's it.
All right. A little factoids or exit box office, I guess.
Box office. Budget is $130 million.
Jesus.
How do you think it did? It did well.
I say 275. Oh yeah. Definitely.
I'm gonna say 175.
400.
Holy fuck!
And 57 million.
See, that's why when people say, "Oh, they're not going to make enough money," it's like almost $500 million. Like, come on, Disney. Well, I mean, I'm not telling you to make it. I don't care. But
I'm sure overseas.
I'm sure that other people.
Go to Cage around. No,
it's fine. Yeah.
Trivia. Helen Mirren was the mom, by the way.
That's right.
Yeah, and it's like Jon Voight. You think, and I think Jon Voight. I'm like, oh, he's a really good actor. Like he's in some good stuff. Helen Mirren, she's in the good stuff. You know?
I don't have it written down, but there's like 3 Oscar winners in this movie.
Yeah.
So it's like, because of her role in The Queen, Helen Mirren was invited to meet Queen Elizabeth II, but couldn't make the meeting because she was filming this movie.
You're telling me that you can't take time out of your schedule?
I would be so bitter.
Wow.
As the FBI comes into the Library of Congress, they are holding their hands as if they are holding guns, but in fact are pointing their index fingers.
Really?
I didn't notice that, but like I read that trivia, I was like, huh.
We'll add it in post.
Yeah.
The script originally called for Ed Harris to stab Patrick Gates, which is Jon Voight, to stab Patrick Gates in the scene where they escape from the flooding Gold City. This was taken out in post-production because the director thought it was like it went too far. So they had to go back with CG and basically like stitch his like sweater together.
Which I can understand that. You know,
it's
Disney feel
Darkford.
good. Yeah.
Disney movie.
Last bit of trivia. Page 47 in the Book of Secrets is never identified in the remainder of the movie. It is addressed at the end of the film by the president and Ben to be related to reincarnation or rebirth.
I thought it'd be like the JFK assassination
They
or
do
like.
mention that, but
Oh, yeah, that's right. They're like, oh, yeah, we don't have time for that.
yeah. What'd you think of the beer?
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was very good.
Very good.
Yeah.
I am a fan. Rating?
I would give
An
it
Untapped?
an Untapped.
Brought to you by Untapped. Sponsor us.
Yeah, Untapped. Jeez. I would give it a 4. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It broke it. Yeah.
3.75.
That's
Which is high for me.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm going to say 4 also.
Twinsies. Yeah, I'm trying to be a little bit more, conservative with my ratings because sometimes I'm just like, oh, it's 73, oh, whatever. But no, 4
Out of
is nice.
5.
Yeah.
Top 3?
Yeah. Brain bread?
Mandy, 8mm. Con Air. Yeah, sorry Valley Girls, sorry Firebirds. Con Air has made it.
Oh, yeah. What gives?
Yeah, I don't know. I've been thinking about Con Air. I don't not like ooh, Con Air.
Yeah.
No, I just been like it popped in my head, and I'm just like, oh, that was a really good movie. Why am I not putting it up in my?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, Valley Girl and Firebirds, they were really good movies too.
Yeah.
So it's like I need a top, 4.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Sorry.
getting in that boat. It's like I need top 4, top 5.
Right. Mandy, Con Air, and then I have a tie for 3 still. The third. Lord of War and Wicker Man.
Oh, Wicker Man's good.
What?
Wicker Man was so
Good.
bad.
I disagree. For me, it's Vampire's Kiss, Mandy, and there's so many good ones. Let's say for today, Face Off.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no. No, we'll talk about it later.
Next movie will be
Next.
also made in 2007.
Yep. So we will talk about that next time.
Yep.
That will do it.
I'm gonna go pee.
I almost said we'll beard right back.
Oh, that's kicking it old school. That's before your time.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
We all have beards though, so it is actually fitting.
We'll beard right back.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, probably mostly gentlemen, best thing you can do is support us and like us and comment on each specific kind of platform that you can. If you're going to watch us on YouTube, subscribe and like us and comment. If you're going to listen to us, probably listen on YouTube and a Podcast Addict and Stitcher and like, comment, and then we'll see you then. I only got 3 more seconds. Bye-bye.